Mr. Camelio?
Thomas Sullivan.
Just walk right up to my bar.
Stand behind the blue line and face the clerk.
Morning. Sir, do you solemnly swear the testimony you're about to give in the cause now in hearing shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. You may be seated.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir. In a nice loud voice, can you introduce yourself to the jurors and spell your last name?
Thomas Sullivan, Sullivan.
And sir, where do you work?
I'm a sergeant with the state police.
And what is your current assignment, sir?
I'm assigned to the Essex County State Police Detective Unit.
Okay. And as a member of the Essex County State Police Detective Unit, what are your duties and responsibilities, sir?
The office's primary responsibility is to investigate unattended deaths in Essex County, so deaths outside of the care of a doctor, suicides, overdoses, homicides. We also assist the local police as requested with any investigations.
Okay. And sir, you said you were a sergeant?
Yes.
How long have you been a sergeant in this particular position?
Over 3 years.
And prior to becoming a sergeant, when you were a trooper, sir, what was your assignment at that point?
I was a trooper in the detective unit for, so minus 3 years, 6 or 7 years.
Okay, so been a member of that unit for about 10 years?
Yes.
Okay. In addition to investigating deaths, unattended deaths in Essex County, do you have any particularized training with regards to cellular phones?
Yes, I do.
And what kind of training do you have with regard to cellular phones, sir?
For specific phones, the device itself, in 2018, I completed a 40-hour course and a certification through a company called Cellebrite. Their software is used to forensically download phones and analyze the data that's taken from those phones. Every 2 years, we're required recertification, and I've completed that every 2 years since then.
Is there another company that also provides software to do forensic downloads of cell phones?
Within our office, we also have a software called GrayKey. That software specializes more in iPhones, and at the time, previously was more geared towards locked iPhones.
Okay. But both of those, Cellebrite and GrayKey, both do essentially the same thing. They go, you plug the phone into a computer, essentially, that is running those programs, and they download either part or all of the phone, depending on what you're looking for and what you're doing.
Correct. Each company, the software will go in, download anything it can get off the phone, depending on whether it's locked, the model, the software version, and the updates on the software.
Okay. And you have continued to perform those types of forensic downloads on cell phones in connection with various investigations in Essex County since you became certified to do so?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Now, I want to draw your particular attention to an investigation that began on or about November 12th, 2022 in Salisbury regarding the death of an individual named Leroy Fowler. Were you aware of that investigation, sir?
Yes, I was.
Okay. Did you have any part in that particular investigation?
In the initial investigation, I didn't respond to the scene. I was just asked to download, I believe, 3 phones involved in the case.
All right. Now, one of those phones belonged to the defendant, Judy Church, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and another belonged to Mr. Fowler, the decedent, correct?
Correct.
Okay. And did you, let's start with Miss Church's phone. You were given that phone by then Trooper Williams, who was the lead investigator on the case. Is that correct?
Yes, I was.
All right. And he asked you to perform those forensic downloads of the phone?
Yes.
At the time that you were performing the forensic download, did you know the password to Miss Church's phone?
Yes, the passcode was provided by Trooper Williams.
All right, and does that make it easier to do a forensic download than if you don't have to figure out what the passcode is sort of with the software?
Yes, if the phone's unlocked, you're more likely to get more data off the phone.
Okay. So with regard to Miss Church's phone, you did these two forensic downloads, one with Cellebrite, one with GrayKey. And then what did you do with the downloads themselves once they were completed?
So with the software, it requires a license, but inside the Cellebrite software, you can create a reader report, which allows anyone to view the data that's saved on or obtained from the phone. So I created the reader report. I gave that to Trooper Williams on a USB, and I gave him the phone back into his custody.
Okay. We'll get back to Ms. Church's phone in a second. But with regard to Mr. Fowler's phone, did you try to do a forensic download of Mr. Fowler's phone as well?
Yes, the phone was locked with an unknown passcode. So it was connected to the GrayKey software, and basically it wasn't supported to obtain the passcode off of the phone, which GrayKey can try to do. But we were able to get a partial download. It basically gets anything it can get.
All right, and that partial download didn't get any calls, any messages, any emails. It really just got some of the basic information about the phone number and the subscriber.
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So then going back to Ms. Church's phone, you said that you provided the forensic download on a thumb drive, USB drive to Trooper Williams, as well as you gave him the physical phone back to, so those will be back in his custody, correct?
Correct.
Now, at some point, did Trooper Williams bring your attention to some videos that he had located on the phone while doing a review of the download and looking at the phone?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And he asked you to sort of look at some of the metadata associated with those videos. Is that right?
Yes.
What's metadata, sir?
So within the download, it can provide a date and time that it was stored on the device or saved on the device. In certain cases, it will show a model or a make of phone that was used to take the photo or the video, and it can also contain location information.
Okay. And so did you go back and look at the download that you had done sort of with regard to certain videos that were taken on November 11th, 2022 between 7:30 and 8 o'clock in the morning?
Yes,
And you looked at the metadata associated with those videos for Trooper Williams?
I did.
Okay. In preparation for this trial, you, along with some of the others in the office, caused those videos to be put on a particular thumb drive, is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and you had a chance to review those and know that they're on the thumb drive?
Yes, I did.
Your Honor, we'd offer those as the next exhibit.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
Next exhibit.
Oh, you did, sorry. What's that? So with regard to the videos, sir, you told us that they were time-stamped November 11th, 2022. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And was there location data associated with those videos?
Yes, there was. Within the PDF report that's on this drive, as well as the locations tab within the download, the locations exported just in a more user-friendly manner than in the metadata.
Okay. And where were those videos? Where were those videos taken?
If you took it provides a latitude, longitude. If you took that and just put it into any mapping, so Google Maps, it's 108 Central Ave in Salisbury.
All right. And could you tell, based on the metadata associated with the phone, were those videos taken on Ms. Church's iPhone itself?
The metadata shows an iPhone 11 Pro Max, so it provides the model of the phone that recorded the video.
And was that the same model of phone that you performed the download on?
Yes, it was.
All right. At this time, Judge, we're gonna turn it up. With the court's permission, play the videos.
Yes, you may.
And just so these videos were actually split up into segments. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, there were 13 videos in total.
Okay. And each one of them has a sort of a time associated with them. Is that correct?
Yes, the November 11, 2022, and the time is associated with the created, the data where it says it was created, which means it was stored to the phone at that time.
Okay. So the first one that we just watched would have been stored to the phone at 7:29 a.m.
Correct.
Okay. All right.
Maybe you should puke and get whatever you took out of your system.
Well, I can only imagine how difficult it must be being someone's daughter-in-law and trying to do the same job as your kid.
My dad, he
You having fun? That's the way to the bathroom. He hasn't gotten far. Maybe 6 feet. I tried to help him and he pushed me right into the door jamb, so he's not taking me out with him.
Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I just had to take like 100 calls and I really was.
Why are you pulling that closer to you? You hit your head on it 5 or 6. Nice. Nice. Is that helpful? And there goes the head. That's 7 times. Boy, I'm hoping you're really enjoying those pills, honey. This has been going on for over an hour. Those shoe baskets aren't going to help you get up. Okay, well, you made it almost to the bathroom and you fell backwards and you gotta start all over again. This is fun. Tore the fucking bedroom apart. Oh yeah. Happy birthday, Leroy. Spit in a bag, will you? Hey. What? 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 Tell me what?
I'm gonna call an ambulance.
Yeah? Okay. What did you take? They're going to ask me. They're going to ask me, what did you take? Do you understand? If I call the ambulance, they're going to ask what you took. Throw it up. Just get it out of your system. Can you breathe? Are you breathing? Hey. Am I calling the ambulance?
Yes.
All right.
So those videos were taken, you said there were 13 separate videos?
Yes.
Okay.
Let me just stop you for a moment, Mr. Camelio. The record will reflect that all 13 videos were played in sequence without any questions being put to the witness while they were played. Go ahead, Mr. Camelio.
Thank you. Well, Judge, just so the record is clear, I played the first one. I did ask a
That's
couple
right.
of questions and then played.
That's right. After the 2 through 13 were played without interruption.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
So these videos, 1 through 13, sir, were taken between 7:29 a.m. and 7:59. I said a.m. 7:29 a.m. and 7:59 a.m. on November 11th, 2022.
Those are the created times within the data.
That's when they were saved to the iPhone.
Yes.
Okay. And with an iPhone, are videos like that generally saved upon pressing the stop button? Upon the completion of the video?
I would believe so. Yes.
All right. Nothing further with this witness, Your Honor. Thank you.
That's me, Judge.
Mr. Scully.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. Morning, sir.
Good morning.
I just have a few follow-up questions, if I may.
Of course.
And just regarding the videos that we all just watched.
Yes.
So they obviously depicted an individual. Do you know that person to be Leroy Fowler?
I've been told. I didn't
Okay.
interact with anyone involved.
But you know the name?
Yes.
Through
Yes.
your interactions in this case?
Yes.
Okay. And have you, in your experience as a police officer, ever responded to any drug overdose type of situations?
Yes.
How many times have you approximately done that?
I mean, I've been doing this for almost 10 years, so
Many.
many, yes.
Is it fair to say that in those drug overdose situations, there's basically a vast spectrum of how the people that you're responding to might be acting.
Yes, I mean, typically in my role, we arrive after any type of medical aid has been rendered or anything like that.
Okay. Have you had experiences arriving while people are still under the influence and maybe not given yet or not benefited yet from their medical care?
Yes, a handful of times, yes.
Okay. And is it fair to say you see a spectrum of people acting on a spectrum at that time, right? Some in a lot of distress and some maybe not as much distress, right?
It's fair to say, yes.
Okay. Mr. Fowler on these videos appears to be in a quite serious amount of distress. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
He's rolling around on the floor in the beginning, right?
Yes.
And he's not using his words, right?
Correct.
He's groaning and grunting a bit.
Yes.
One thing we don't know is these videos start and then they stop and there's a gap of some time and then there's the next video that would start, right?
Yes.
So obviously we don't know what happens in that gap, what words were said or what actions were taken, right?
Correct.
Okay, but there are words spoken as the videos proceed, particularly towards the end few videos, right?
Yes.
And are you aware through your work in this case that Judy Church is the person holding that phone? Or do you just know it's her phone?
I'm aware that the phone was given to me. It's
Yeah,
the information attached to the phone says Judy Church's phone.
right. And you can hear her voice.
I've never heard her speak, but
Okay. So that's Judy Church's voice speaking as she's holding the phone, recording Leroy Fowler. Fair to say?
okay.
And towards the end, she seems to be negotiating with him a little bit. Is that right?
Regarding the ambulance?
Well, regarding getting information from him just before she calls the ambulance, right?
Yes.
She wants to know, what did you take? What did you take?
That's
right?
what she says, yes.
Yeah. And she, in particular, that exchange goes back and forth, but mostly her, where she says, tell me what? And he says, you better call an ambulance. Do you remember that?
Yes.
And she says, okay, what did you take? Do you recall that?
Yes.
And he kind of groans in response. He doesn't give her an answer, right?
Correct.
She had mentioned something about pills before. Is that correct?
In a previous video, yes.
In one of the previous videos, non-specific pills, right?
Yes.
And then she again says, they're gonna ask me. They're gonna ask me, what did you take, right?
Yes.
So he has acknowledged he would like the ambulance at this point, at the end of these videos, but she's still trying to find out what he took and not yet calling the ambulance, right?
Yes.
Okay. And he's groaning again in response, doesn't tell her what he took, right?
Right.
And she says, well, do you understand? If I call the ambulance, they're going to ask me what you took, right?
Yes.
And then he continues. He doesn't answer that question. He doesn't take that moment to express with words, if he's even able to, what he took or what happened, right? He just kind of groans again,
Right.
right? And she encourages him to throw up, just get it out of your system, right?
At some point, yes.
This is right towards the end in the last video, right?
Okay.
And then it takes a little bit of a turn, and Judy Church, asks a different question. Can you breathe? Are you breathing? Right?
Yes.
And then she says, am I calling the ambulance? Right?
Yes.
And the male says yes. Leroy Fowler says yes, right?
Yes.
And then Judy Church says, all right. Right?
Yes.
And then to your knowledge in the case, are you aware that she made the 911 call that brought first responders to 108 Central Ave to now engage and provide care and services to Leroy Fowler?
I did learn that at some point, yes.
Okay. No further questions.
Mr. Camelio?
Nothing else, Judge.
Thank you very much, Trooper. You may step down.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Or Sergeant, I should say.
Sorry, Judge, we're just talking about scheduling for 1 minute.
That's fine. Go ahead. Figure out who's next.
Brian Verney.
Ryan Verney. Thank you.
Here's Walker.
Hi, just gonna ask you to stand behind the blue line.